from February 21. If we have a motion,
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Our first bit of business is a resolution approving downtown Riverfront Overlay District permit for 2135 University Boulevard. I have to be nicer to Caitlin because she is now one of my constituents.
That's right, Hudson and I are no longer neighbors. All right, the first one is for 2135 University Boulevard, CB&S Bank. This is case DROD 123. I'm sure you've seen some of the construction out there already. Currently zoned BC DROD in Council District 4. Here is our site plan. It is right next door to us. Here's that subject property. And the application includes removal of the EFIS, installation of new brick veneer, windows, doors, and a new steel balcony, which they'll be coming to you for a right-of-way use permit for. The narrative also includes the addition of a drive-through teller window on the east side of the building. The Architecture Review Committee reviewed this and found that it meets all standards and guidelines, just noting that we'll need to make sure to include a right-of-way use permit that will come before you. Again, this is our subject property and the proposed site plan. In order to accommodate this, they will be reversing the current flow of the parking lot, so that as you drive through, the drive-through teller window can be on the correct side of the car. Currently, it flows to the south. You can see that on the right side of the building there, as well as the balcony out in front. Here are those proposed drawings. The new brick ATM on the side. This is the back side of the building. There's that jut out for the ATM on the right side there. This is the east elevation. They're adding in some additional windows on the west here. Here's a proposed rendering of that plan. This was heard in February at Planning Commission and unanimously recommended approval. Do you have any
Well, it
questions?
looks nice to me. You don't have any reservations with it?
I do not.
Make a
Any
motion.
questions?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We have one more DROD application for you today. This is at 550 Greensboro Avenue, Zone BC DROD, also in Council District 4, case DROD 223. This is the InsureSoft building, as most people know it. Here's that subject property. And the DROD narrative includes that they will remove the panels on the second floor to expose more of the existing glass curtain wall. There's also some painting and general remodeling of the existing stucco that's proposed. This was also reviewed by the Architecture Review Committee, and they found that it meets the DROD standards and guidelines. They just noted that signage must be permitted separately.
Richard is here. Do you have anything to say, add to it?
Mostly we're just gonna remove those faux panels on the second floor. You can see there, make the building look a little more approachable, and then paint it to where it's not yellow anymore. So try to take as much of the 1962 off of it as we can.
There you go.
So in the building, there's actually a history of the block. It's a sad day in '62 when they tore down that really neat historic building that was there, and this is what we got. We're trying to make it fit in and look as nice as possible. It's going to mostly be general office. We've got some interest from restaurant tenants on the ground floor, and then general office. I'll probably move my office in there as well. So,
Parking.
so we have 87 parks in the rear.
In the rear, yeah.
And so we got to figure out how to make that blend between daytime users and nighttime users. But you talk about an amenity in downtown Tuscaloosa, when somebody calls about a restaurant and you got 87 private parks, it's kind of helpful. So
Yeah.
if I can keep people from tearing my gate up every day, we'll be good.
Well, good luck. Good luck.
Thank y'all.
Any questions for Mr. Henry?
No, I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that passes. All righty, Ms. Day.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing? This is a resolution to temporarily expand the downtown entertainment district hours for Saturday, March the 25th, 2023. This is a request on behalf of the Half Marathon to expand those hours from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Our regular hours are 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And this request has previously been approved for this event in 2019, 21, and 22.
I'll make a motion.
I could say some smart remark about the runners drinking at 7 a.m., but I'll leave that off. Any questions?
It's the cheerleader. It's for the cheerleader.
Oh, okay.
What time we meet?
7 a.m.
I'll be there.
All right, we have a motion, I think, in a second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right.
All righty, Mr. Pate, you here?
Yes, sir.
There you are. This says that you have a proposal.
Quietly here.
Do what?
I'm quietly here.
Okay. Well, what my paper says, Pate Properties proposal for Dixie Air. Is that from you?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to make that proposal?
Well,
Well, you can stand over there. That would be good. They can see you on TV now.
That's exactly what I need. Strange place for me on TV. Anyway, I was here, I guess, last meeting to talk about asking this committee to recommend to the council the assignment of the Dixie Air FBO to me and the lengthening of the lease and leasing the adjoining property as part of that to build a new hangar. Last time I was here, I was asking for 3 years to commit to building that hangar as part of the lease of the property. I've amended the request, just gonna move forward with building a new hangar on the adjoining property. So we're asking for a lease assignment and extension of Dixie Air lease of the adjoining property, the adjoining 4 acres, to build a new facility, new hangar for my airplane and helicopter and for leasing to some other folks. Lease the ability when a large airplane comes into the airport. Most of the people that have $30–40 million airplane want to put it up at night, concerned about hail, wind, that kind of thing, and there's really not a place on the airport for that to happen. The availability of hangar space anywhere in the country is very limited. No hangar space in Birmingham. About the closest place you could find hangar space for a jet is Anniston, Oxford. And, so there's a need for additional facilities here. So I'm fully committed to spending a significant amount of money on the property.
Questions for Mr. Pate? Anything?
Make a motion.
Well,
What we do, are we doing that quick with the motion and move to the?
we would have, this would
Same
have to be
committee.
negotiated with Jeff and that group, wouldn't it? Wouldn't the contract have to be
I
negotiated?
think we
With the
brought
mayor.
it out of here. We
Yeah.
brought it out of here.
Yeah,
and then go to
yeah, I
the-
just wanna make
We
sure.
want to move
what
it
we vote.
forward to come back to get to make
but it's
negotiations
got-
with the mayor.
I've had a little bit of discussion with the mayor
And he
about
told me
it.
that yesterday.
I mean, I can't put words in his mouth, but he seemed to be supportive of it. And,
Yes, sir, our job is just to vote it out. It's the-
I talked to him
I think so. I wanna make sure what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
The only question I have, and it doesn't have anything to do with you, is that we just wanna make sure all the FAA regulations are right where they're supposed to be, and we're gonna take it for granted, I would, that you want the same thing, because one day I wanna keep expanding our airport. I think what it sounds like you do too, and, I wanna get on an airplane in Tuscaloosa and fly somewhere.
well, I think you probably have to get on a private. I have.
Well, I wanna see a commercial one.
Well, Ben, you ain't gonna live that long, sorry.
I'm hoping you're wrong. I'm hoping you're
Well,
wrong.
look, when they're canceling flights in Birmingham, Alabama, and reducing flights, I mean, the best thing we got going is we have a commercial airport the size of Birmingham, essentially one traffic light away. I mean, it would be great. Nobody loves flying any more than I love flying, and an airline here would be great. But I have to tell you, I take you back to the days of when it was here. This town has a particular situation. It has a lot of fog in the morning. So that caused a lot of flights to be canceled or delayed. When they were delayed, you didn't connect with your flight in Atlanta. To make that flight feasible, they used to leave here and you go to Gadsden and pick up additional people in Gadsden and then go into Atlanta. You didn't have fog here, you might have fog there, but again, I fully would like to see it here, but
I've flown from here to Seattle. That was a while ago, though.
not
Well,
nonstop from Tuscaloosa
No,
to
no, no, no,
Seattle.
no. But I got on a plane here, and I'm hopefully one day that if I can't, my grandchildren can. And anyway, the motion and second is to pass this on to the powers that be to negotiate with you. And we have a,
Well, we've laid out a proposal to this,
Sure.
this committee, and,
well, we're just passing that on to Jeff and the mayor, and y'all get back together and work it out. If we passed it. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, there we go.
thank you.
And that is all I have. Does anybody got anything else?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?